bonjour à tous. Merci de venir à cette session. Alors, pour continuer, nous allons passer en anglais, puisqu'on a des intervenants qui ne parlent pas français, et on va poursuivre là-dessus. Et je vais faire le lien avec ces 2 jours, globalement sur le trust, la confiance. So, to start, I would like to make a flash on smart city. The subject of the afternoon is smart city and trust, and we received since 2 days a lot of information about trust, but taking a step ahead about smart city, where we are. So smart city means what? Better for life, sustainable, attractive, open, and citizens participative. At the beginning, people thought that it was a digital city. And clearly now it's clear that digital is and has to be considered as a tool and not more for improving the systems, improving operational cost, allowing to reduce the consumption about rough data, about rough material, about energy. And the smart city is also supposed to be able to anticipate events with analytics, with cognitive. We saw demonstration and presentation of the powerful tool we have with cognitive yesterday evening, and to be able to adapt, finally, the behavior of the city regarding the citizens' demand. And that is really close to come. Linked to the meteo, linked to the tourism, linked to natural disaster, which is a real issue growing right now in the cities, and energy auto-consumption, which are really growing very fast. So clearly a smart city is not a tech city. It's a city for the citizens, leveraging the digital capability and the new citizens' behavior for building and arranging the city in a smarter way. We know that the leading cities as Barcelona, Amsterdam, Lyon, Nice, or Montpellier are very often seen as pioneers and have experimenting different angles of the cities. Last week, a study did by Nokia made a real clear position and status of what have been done the last years. And clearly, they distinguish 3 approaches in the smart cities. One is what they call the Encore route approach with a specific vertical where there is a real and heavy investment about a solution and specific city need. That is, for example, what we did in Lyon with a smart water project to reduce leaks, reduce investment, improve the assets. The second approach is the approach called the platform approach. It's clearly what Montpellier chose to do some years ago, and Nice, to collect data, and after that, to be able to share this data with digital companies or citizens or universities around the territory using this data. And the third approach is more around the beta route, the fact to test, in multiplying hands-on experiences and smart application and pilots before finally deciding what will be the direction and the investment. And whatever the cities we see in the world, we see these 3 approaches. All that have been allowed by the technology. For sure today, the key technologies is Internet of Things. Whatever the numbers, we can say that in 5 years, probably more than 100 billion of things will be connected on Internet. And we will see the close link with the trust about that. Then 80% of the data as unstructured. Photo, pictures, text, voice, and all that are rich, and we have to be able to capture that. Mobility, and we will see how all the applications are now completely focused on mobile, and then analytics and cognitive to extract value from the data. And all that are accelerating the digital transformation from the cities, from the citizen behavior. Take just an example, BlaBlaCar. Everyone knows BlaBlaCar. For sure, BlaBlaCar represents a change of behavior, but this change of behavior is really linked to the technology. Without platform, no BlaBlaCar. The tech is a leverage. And for sure, we could continue to talk about this transformation with Airbnb, without any bed to do every day, with Netflix, who has more people who see the film without cinema, and we can multiply the example. So come back of the subject and go to our panelists. We have to talk about trust. And why trust is so key for the cities. My view is because we touch to two key parameters. One is the privacy of data, because in the city you live and all the data we can capture is your data, and you will remain the owner of the data. And the second one, which is key in the days we live, is the fact that we lost confidence in the people who manage the cities very often. And these two really increase the subject about trust and compliance. And to conclude my introduction, I would like to say that, in fact, when we talk of trust and city, and all our panelists will go in these two angles, we have to talk about two extremes to talk of that. One is all we can do around security, reinforce security by design, engage security management policy, increase control within the value chain for limiting uncertainty, vulnerability, and management manipulation. That is one extreme. And the other extreme, at the opposite, is make more open, more transparency, with more cooperation, more open data, and more transparency on algorithm and standards, and we'll come back on standards, accelerate co-sharing and co-production without contract for increasing confidence and interdependency. Clearly, we can add the fact that a smart city is a safe city by definition. So to conclude, we have to use the technology, and the technology will happen, whatever we can do. And so we have to manage and think about how take and put the position between these two extremes with more control and more openness. Okay, I go with